Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Arabella Rahmadhani Putri, and my student's ID is 23018071. Today, I would like to present my seminar proposal entitled Exploring Students' Views on the use of Think Pair Share as a cooperative learning strategy in English speaking classes at senior high school. Okay. In this presentation, I will discuss the background of the problem, research questions, purpose of the research, review of related theories, conceptual framework, and methodology. Before discussing the problem, I would like to briefly explain that Think Pair Share, or TPS. TPS is a cooperative learning strategy developed by Lehman in which students first think individually, then discuss their ideas with a partner, and finally share them with the whole class. So, in the background of the problem, TPS has been proven effective in improving speaking skills. Many studies have shown that TPS helps students become more active and improve their speaking performance. Previous studies mainly focus on quantitative results. However, most studies only focus on test scores and speaking achievements. So, students' personal experience and feeling are still underexplored. As a result, we still know little about how students actually feel during each stage of Think Pair Share. So, this study investigates students' perception of Think Pair Share in speaking classes. Therefore, the study focuses on student views and experience when using Think Pair Share in English speaking classes. Based on this research gap, I formulated two research questions that guide this study. The first one is how do students perceive the Think Pair Share strategy in English speaking classes? The second one, how does each state of TPS, Think Pair Share, influence students' willingness to communicate in English? The first research question aims to explore how students perceive the use of TPS in speaking classes. In other words, this question seeks to understand students' opinion, feeling, and experiences regarding the implementation of Think Pair Share. The second research question focus on the influence of each TPS stage, think, pair, and share, on students' willingness to communicate in English. For the purpose of this research, this study aims to explore student perception of Think Pair Share. It also aims to identify the benefits and challenges they experience during the learning process. It also aims to in addition, the study examines how the think pair share stages influence students' willingness to communicate. And finally, it investigates the influence of TPS on student confidence and motivation. For the review of related theories, the first theory is student perception theory. So, according to Camber and Dornier, Camber 2007 and Dornier 2001, student perception influenced their engagement and participation in learning. And move to cooperative learning and sociocultural theory. The next theory are cooperative learning theory and sociocultural theory. So Vygotsky in 1978 explained that learning occurs through social interaction and collaborative with others. Similarly, Johnson and Johnson in 2014 emphasized that cooperative learning allows students to learn together, support one another, and achieve better learning outcomes. These theories are relevant because Think Pair Share encourages students to interact and learn collaboratively. Since this study focuses on Think Pair Share, it is important to understand the theory behind of this strategy. So, Think pair share theory. Think pair share theory increases participation. I'm sorry. TPS was developed by Lehman in 1981 as a cooperative learning strategy. According to Lehman and Kagan, TPS increases participation and helps reduce students' anxiety. There are There are three stages of TPS. The first one is students think individually, then they discuss their ideas with a partner. Finally, they share the ideas with the whole class. Besides TPS, this study also focuses on student willingness to communicate, or WTC. We move to WTC theory. According to McClinter and colleagues, et al. In 1998. WTC, or willingness to communicate, refers to students' readiness to communicate in a second language. Students with higher confidence and motivation are generally more willing to speak. This is supported by second language acquisition theory, which highlights the importance of both language input and output. Previous study also found that Think Pair Share can improve students' confidence and speaking performance. Based on these theories, the conceptual framework of this study can be explained as follows. This study grounded in Lehman's cooperative interaction theory in 1981. And the process begins with the implementation of TPS through the think pair and share stages. These stages shape students' perception and experiences. So those perception then influence their willingness to communicate. And ultimately, a higher willingness to communicate contributes to a students' English speaking development. Okay. So, what of the methodology of this research? This research used a qualitative descriptive design to explore student perception and experiences of TPS, with the population consists of 2611 grade students, and the sample includes 13 students selected through purposive sampling. And the criteria of the participant are active students who have experiences TPS session. Next. Okay, for the instrument, I use semi-structured interviews. The main instrument of the study is consisting of 15 to 18 open-ended questions, and data collection is individual interview, audio recording, and field notes. The data will be collected through individual interviews. The interview will be audio recorded and supported by field notes to ensure that important information is not missed. Okay, next we have validation, member checking, and reflexing journaling to ensure the credibility of the data. Member checking and Reflexive journaling will be used throughout the research process. And the data analysis, the collected data will be analyzed using thematic analysis to identify patterns and themes from the participants' responses. I hope this research can contribute to a better understanding of student experiences with Think Pair Share in English speaking classes. Thank you for your attention.